And I know this because I've been in the factories. I've talked to these owners. I've been there as the author of Natural Cures and More Natural Cures Revealed, the best-selling health books of all time.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
They're lying to you. They're not interested in producing the best nutritional supplement in the world. They're not interested in your health. All they're interested in is convincing you that you need to buy this product and take their product every day for the rest of your life, the same way that the drug companies are trying to get you to take their drugs for the rest of your life. It's the same type of people. The same type of people that own nutritional companies are the same type of people that run and manage and own the pharmaceutical companies. They're interested only in making a profit. And I know this because I've been in the factories. I've talked to these owners. I've been there as the author of Natural Cures and More Natural Cures Revealed, the best-selling health books of all time. And I've been there and they say, yeah, Kevin, people are interested in vitamin C. That's what our market research says. They want vitamin C in their supplements. So they're looking for a certain percentage, a certain milligram count of vitamin C. Our research shows that people are convinced that they have to have a certain amount of vitamin C. So we have to make sure, from a marketing standpoint, that we have vitamin C listed on the label and a certain milligram count. Oh, that's okay. And what do you use for vitamin C? Kevin, we use the cheapest crap you can find, ascorbic acid. We buy it from China. It's so cheap, it's like buying dirt. I go, why don't you use like a natural whole food compound with vitamin C, like acerola cherry or camu or rose hips or something that's a natural food that you can concentrate that is very high in vitamin C. That's too expensive and it won't increase sales. Kevin, that will reduce profits. So let me explain this. I'll just give you this one example. Vitamin C is not ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is not vitamin C. It was never vitamin C. The nutritional industry paid millions and millions of dollars to lobbyists. The lobbyists then went to Congress and said, we want you to pass a law allowing us, the nutritional companies, to put ascorbic acid in a product and call it vitamin C. Because of bribes and payoffs, which I'm going to do a whole nother segment on, of how this actually works through the PACs that are sent up, political action committees, how the money is funneled to the politicians via the lobbyists and the political action committees to get them to do whatever they want. Another story, another segment, another show. They've got vitamin C listed as ascorbic acid and it's not. I'll give you an example. Back in the day, there was a disease called scurvy, and scurvy was primarily, it was prevalent with sailors. And if you remember, some of you don't, but the British were called limeys. And the reason that term came about was the British knew that their sailors, Britain was a seafaring nation, a lot of sailors, a lot of ships. And when you're out on the water, you don't have good food because you're on this ship. You know, you have food that has to last a while. And invariably, the sailors came down with scurvy, which is a vitamin C deficiency. And so the British said if we put limes, and in that period of time, the word lime really meant citrus. So it could have been a lime or lemon, a grapefruit, an orange, a tangerine, any type of citrus, which we know has a lot of vitamin C in it. If they ate that, they didn't come down with scurvy. today, if you take somebody with scurvy and you give them some oranges or lemons or limes or tangerines or grapefruit, it cures them of scurvy. But if you give them ascorbic acid, which is allegedly vitamin C, it doesn't cure them of scurvy. Does this make sense? Ascorbic acid is not vitamin C. In nature, vitamin C always is attached to bioflavonoids, plus a bunch of other cofactors. So what happens is nutritional companies are lying to you and scamming you. And if you have nutritional supplements, just go into your cabinet, pull all the bottles out. And if it says vitamin C and then next to it in parentheses, ascorbic acid, you know that that company is full of crap. They're lying to you and they're scamming you. And all they want to do is make money off you. You can't trust that company anymore, any of their products. So that's number one. These companies are putting crap ingredients. They spend research on the label. They spent research on what you will buy. They spend research money on what terms will motivate you to buy their product. They're not putting research into the ingredients and the product. They're not buying the best product, the best ingredients to put in the product. They're buying the cheapest crap from China. And any country in the world that has crap with no regulations, so nobody even knows how poor the quality is. That's what's in your food supplements. The majority of ingredients in your supplements come from China and other third world nations where they have no regulation. And when I've been over there, it is disgusting. The feces that are in the ingredient packs, the maggots that are in the vats where they're sending it over to America, and they put bleach all over it to kill the maggots, and then or the cockroaches, all the rat droppings that are in there, and they clean and they sift it, and they irradiate it to try to kill germs so you don't die, and then they ship it to America, to American Nutritional Company. And then they put it in your vitamin, your nutritional supplement, your herbal formula, and you think, ooh, this is a good product. It's crap. It's garbage. You're being lied to. You're being misled. You're being scammed. Nutritional supplements overwhelmingly are a scam. There are exceptions. I'm going to talk about that. So I'm going to tell you what you can do and what the best thing to do. I'm going to tell you what I do. So number one, if you see ascorbic acid on any of the labels, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, throw it away, never buy anything from that company ever again, and you just know that they're only interested in profits, not producing the best product, because they know that the ascorbic acid doesn't do anything. But they're putting it in and lying to you. So you think you're getting vitamin C and you're not getting anything. Number two, in the industry it's called fillers or excipients. These are the ingredients put in to help the product last longer, look pretty so you'll buy it, and also help in the manufacturing of the product so they can manufacture as much of the product as fast as possible to keep the prices down. So let's talk about the excipients. If there is any dyes in your product, look at your One-A-Day and Centrum, they're the worst. It has red dye number blank, blue dye this. If there's any dyes in the product, throw it away and never buy anything from that company ever again. Next, I said this when I wrote the book Natural Cures. Many companies put talcum powder, talc, in the product. We now know it causes cancer. Well, they knew about it then, but they put it in. So you're not going to see talc anymore. But if you go back to your company, your product, and look at their label 20 years ago, it had talc in it. They put stearic acid and magnesium stearate. If you see stearic acid or magnesium stearate, throw it away. These are deadly poisons and toxins. How do I know this? Real simple. Just take a big spoon of stearic acid, see what happens to you. Take a big spoon of magnesium stearate and see what happens to you. It's toxic. Now, it's put in for a reason, and I'll tell you why in a moment. When I talk about this to the manufacturers, they say, Kevin, it's not toxic in the minute amounts that we put in the supplement. It's in such small amounts, it's not toxic. It's in minute amounts. Okay, I can kind of buy that. I go, would you like some water? Oh, sure, I'll have some water, Kevin. Oh, by the way, I put a little bit of my piss and my feces in the water. But don't worry, I put a very minute amount. Ah! Think about that. A minute amount of poison? A minute amount of cyanide? But don't worry, in minute amounts, it's not toxic. The problem is you're taking more than one supplement, so all the minute amounts are added together. This is causing you all types of problems. Plus, these poisons stay in the fatty tissue and there's a cumulative negative effect. Over time, it gets worse and worse and worse and affects you in a negative way. It's actually harmful to you. It's hurting your health. The more supplements you take, the longer you take them with magnesium stearate and stearic acid in there. So if you see anything in your cabinet that has stearic acid or magnesium stearate, throw it away. Next, look at your supplements. Supplements come primarily in two forms. They either come in a pill or they come in a capsule. Some of them are liquid. I'll talk about that in a minute. In order to make a pill, the ingredients have to be put into a machine, a pill machine, and massive amount of heat and pressure has to squeeze them together so that the pill stays together. The problem is it's exposed to the air, it's going to get rancid, it's going to lose its nutritional value because of oxidation, and it's going to start crumbling. So what they do is they put binders in the ingredients. So they take these chemical binders and they put it in, it's like glue. It's toxic, but it's in minute amounts. So they put this glue in there, now they squeeze it together, and now the capsule or the pill will hold its shape. But now it's still exposed to the air. So they have to cover it with something. You know what the number one ingredient is used to cover pills? You're not going to believe this, but it's absolutely true. Shellac. You know the shellac you put, if you're a painter, you put on wood? The poison shellac? Hey, drink some shellac, see what happens. But don't worry, in your vitamin, it's in very minute amounts. Shellac. Some of them put even worse chemicals on it, like a 1-a-day or whatever. You take a 1-a-day or a Centrum or some of these things, drop it in a glass of water, come back the next day and see what happens. It doesn't dissolve. Well, if it doesn't dissolve, what good is it? There was an example of a family of 4 that were taking vitamins, pills. They had a septic tank. When they decided to move from the septic tank to their plumbing that goes out into the street, the septic tank was open, and guess what was in there? Thousands of undigested vitamin pills. They took it, and it went right out the other side. Waste of money. They virtually were flushing money right down the toilet, not getting any benefits from the ingredients that were in there because of the way it's made. So if your supplement is in a pill form, throw it away. And never buy anything from that company ever again. Pills are no good. Which leads us to capsules. Number 1, what kind of capsule are they using? It looks like plastic. Many of the capsules are deadly plastics. It's a plastic capsule. And you're putting this plastic in your body. Here, take a piece of your plastic water bottle and then eat it. That healthy for you? Of course not. Many of the capsules are plastic. So if you look on your ingredient list, look and see what it says. It should say cellulose capsule. This is a natural ingredient, and if it's organic cellulose capsule, now you know you have no toxicity in it. That's what it should be. And if it doesn't say cellulose capsule or organic cellulose capsule, throw it away. Don't buy anything from that company ever again, because all they want to do is increase their profits. Because the organic cellulose capsule costs more than the crappy toxic ones. And so most people don't know it's not going to affect sales. The manufacturers use the cheapest thing they can. You're being ripped off, lied to, and scammed. And if you met the owners of these companies, you would throw up. You'd be disgusted. You'd say, these are evil people. All they want to do is make money. And it's true. It's absolutely true. Now, you have a capsule, and now you have ingredients. So let's talk about the ingredients. The ingredients in a nutritional supplement should be only ground up dehydrated food. That's the only ingredient that should be in there. Broccoli, carrots, acerola cherry, camu, St. John's wort, herbs. There should be herbs and there should be plants. Organically grown, not from China, not from some crazy country where they're using every poison pesticide known to man, where they're also using genetically modified seeds to grow the stuff so it grows super fast with chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides. They take that plant, let's say it's barley, young barley, which is loaded with chlorophyll and nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and cofactors. But if it's a genetically modified plant, if it's grown in soil that has chemicals in it, if it's sprayed with deadly poisons and pesticides, and then when it's harvested, if it's irradiated, which means radiation is actually given to it, it's killing all the enzymes, it's no good. So the majority of the product that you're getting is garbage. But let's assume that you have some good ingredients, some good food that has been dehydrated and then ground up. You now have concentrated food. Sounds good. And there are superfoods you've heard about where certain foods are nutrient dense, which means they have a huge amount of vitamins and minerals, enzymes, and other nutritional value substances in them, because food is what we live on. The machine has a tube. So the ingredients go and flow through the tube, and it's put into the capsule, and the capsules are sealed. The problem is, these are real ingredients, real food. It sticks to the tube. So in order to make it flow, so you don't have to stop the production line every hour, that costs money. That means you're not making as much profit. We need to have this production line capable of running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with no stops to keep our costs down. So they used to put talcum powder in the product because then it would make it nice and slick, until it became illegal because it causes cancer. They were really pissed off. And I remember when it happened. I know the guys in the nutritional industry, they were going, this pisses me off. Talcum powder was the cheapest crap we could buy, and it worked perfect. Now they won't let us use it. I go, yeah, but it's toxic. It's like a poison. Who cares? You know, I had a guy one time tell me these vitamins. I says, do you and your family take these? He goes, these vitamins ain't for taking, they're for selling. That's who you're buying stuff from. Stop being a fool. Stop being susceptible and brainwashable. Stop being so suggestible and controllable. You're being controlled by the media, by the advertising, by the pretty labels, by the commercials. You're being lied to. Open up your eyes. Always question. Ask a question. Wonder, why? Who's making money on this? Critical, very important. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.